Hello and welcome to Midweek Wardy's Waffle. Hope you're all having a decent week. We're having a good week, lots going on at the minute. So in this update, we're looking at the clear up from the Young Farmers Rally, and I would just like to stress and place on record how pleased I was to host this rally. There was over 900 people attended, but when you look at the farm and how it's been cleared up, there wasn't a lot of mess afterwards at all. And Heckington and Sleaford Young Farmers, who mainly set it up and dismantled it and cleared up afterwards, were exceptional. And the whole farm and the whole paddocks afterwards were absolutely spotless. So I won't have a bad word said about the Young Farmers or Lincolnshire Young Farmers, because I think they've been exceptional these last few days. In this week's update, we're also looking at some of the winter wheats and the progress for those ready for spraying. Also carrying on loading out oilseed rape. We're still quite a lot of that in store and it needs to get emptied. Spreading fertilizer on the Herricote beans, and these are the beans that we've got a trial for, and these are the type of beans that go into baked beans, and it's the only field scale trial in the country at the moment. Also rolling these beans, and also this week today actually I've been into Birchwood school, or not to the school, I've been with the children from Birchwood who've entered a competition. So if you keep watching, fairly in the end we go into that in detail about what the children have been doing. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Please click like, subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything to subscribe, remember, and if you make it to the end, we'll see you then. Just going back to the rally, you'll probably notice I didn't put many videos or many clips in last Sunday's update from it. So if you want to see what went on, go on to my live feed, because I put quite a few live videos up during the day and it's got it all in there. So please check that out if you want to see what went on in the rally, because it was a day of sheer fun. Anyway, let's crack on with this midweek update. So it's Sunday morning, about 11 o'clock. I'm just come down to the farm for the first time, because the first time after the rally last night. Rhonda and I live about 3 miles away at the moment. And yeah, I got to bed about 5 a.m. I think by the time I left here, in early hours of this morning. But brilliant after rally party last night with the Young Farmers, and finished at 1 a.m. Little bit of chit chat and things after that, but it was absolutely a great night. So I just would like to congratulate all the young farmers who came, Lincolnshire Young Farmers particularly, because it's been a pleasure doing it with you. And so I'm just going to go in the yard now. I have rung Charlie, the rally chairman, about half an hour ago, and he says they're getting on well with the clear up, and so we'll just drive in the yard and see what the yard's like. So into the yard, we've got signs still up. There's still 1 or 2 cars in the car park I can see. Let's just turn in. Just turn in here into the paddock. A few, but yes, as you can see from this clip now, this is what it was like in the middle of the day yesterday, when there was about 900 people here. So yeah, we were having to park in the yard in front of the house and various things. Looking really tidy. Morning, Jack.
Morning.
You all right? Yeah, did you get some sleep?
Just about.
Well done. Look at that, fantastic for cleanliness. What a credit Lincolnshire Young Farmers is to the national organisation. Just look at this. Sheds there getting cleared up. Tables all taken down. Sculptures look brilliant, don't they? Cleared up nicely. Just fantastic. Jack's just putting the safety gate security barrier we have in front of the roller door, just putting that back on. Just had to take it off for the put the marquee up for the bar. They've got the communications to move yet. Field looks in remarkably tidy condition, really does. They're just moving the bowser. They've got it on the telehandler, taking it back to the yard. We had 12,000 litres in that of water that went into the pillow fight with a difference. And the water, they let the water out yesterday afternoon, so it will be very wet around here. But really impressed with how they've cleared up and tidied up. It's just fantastic. So it's brush time for Nala because she is molting like mad. Look at all that lot and look at it coming out. It's just so loose. It can't be very nice for her. She must be very hot. Nala, no, stand up. So this is absolutely ridiculous. We've just brushed all this out of Nala and now she's chasing it and trying to eat it. It's Monday morning and I'm just checking on some wheats to see if they're ready for the T2, the main spray. And this is the one that protects the sort of flag leaf and the lower leaves as well. And it actually gives us, I think, about 50% yield if we can keep this clean. And I think the best way of showing it is just pull the plant up. So the flag leaf is the last leaf to come out, which is, hang on a minute, it's that one there. So that is the flag leaf. So it is just about fully out, that one. And it's the top 3 leaves that are really the most important ones. But that flag leaf, the very top one, the one I've just showed you, it's difficult one hand, that one, if you keep that clean, that gives you around 50% of your yield at harvest time. And then leaf 2 and leaf 3, a bit smaller. A bit of blackgrass in this corner. And some of you know that we absolutely have a zero tolerance for blackgrass here. We were absolutely plagued out with it years ago, but during various measures, which I'll touch on in another update, we've managed to get on top of it. In the corner here, this is where there is some. And here we go, there. Just see starting to come into flower here. There, you need to hand pull this fairly soon, you can see it. I always have the, I've always found that if you see blackgrass, if you see the odd plant in the field dotted out there when walking about or even when spraying, get out and pull it, because you might think, oh, I know where that is, but you never see it again, and then it'll seed. So we always try and pull it when we can see it. So this corner wants doing fairly soon. It's not quite, they're not quite fully out above the wheat yet, but we do have a team of people come in to go do the whole farm and hand rogue the whole farm properly. We're changing suppliers or changing labour providers, should I say, this year. So we'll touch on that a bit later. So just got to the yard and it's all go here, loading the lorries. Still got burdens that got their stand there. Little show unit, but quite a lot of lorries here. We've already had one out. Good to get this oilseed rape out of the way, and then we can concentrate on other things, because it does hold us up. We like a lot of lorries in one day. It just makes it a lot easier for us if we can do that. So I'm on weighbridge duty today while Tom's loading. We've also got a bit of spraying to do, which we'll do in between, but as you've just seen, not all the wheats are quite ready yet, but it'll be good. We've got probably 1,200 tonnes of rape still in store, maybe 1,300. We need to get that out. This one's got too much on. He doesn't know the trailer or the weigher, and it's not accurate at all. So he's having to back in now and tip off about 1.5 tonnes. That's better. He was 45,320, so well overweight. Final clear-up's just happening, a few machines moving about, telehandler attachments being moved, just final clear-up, a few bollards to go, and got the toilets to go as well. So we're gradually getting there. There'll not be a lot left tonight, Monday night. This is obviously from the Young Farmers County Rally that we held here on Saturday. A few little things left in here, not too many things, just the PA system, chairs. Few sculptures. I just think these are brilliant, made out of scrap. And any, look at that, any bits you can find kicking around farmyard. It's one of the forklifts now going. Bucket attachments all in place. We've got a load of rape being loaded. This is about, I think, load number 9 today. We're loading all the Harris fencing up now from the rally. Got quite a lot there to load up. And the blocks at the bottom as well. There. local company as well, doing paddock care, fencing, paddock maintenance, all sorts of things to do with paddock. So give them a contact if you want anything doing. I've just got the case Puma and the culture press behind me. I'm just going to come in this field where we have cleaned a dike out, where Barry cleaned a dike out in the winter. This is the dike that runs up to the yard, but because there's a lane here, we didn't have anywhere to put it apart from right on the edge of the crop here. And we tried to drill it. Tom tried to drill it, but obviously it was wet. We hadn't got it chopped up with Express, so you can see it's half drilled and half lumped up a bit. So I'm just going to run the culture press across this, just to, without the tines in really, just to firm it and push all these lumps in. Just see here how it's sticking up in the middle, and it will push up under the combine header if we're not careful, and all the way down there. So we'll just see if I can press it in and level it out a little bit, make the combine run better. This is the worst patch here when the drill really bunged up, so but we'll probably end up spraying this little area off with Roundup. You can see here I've got the tines only just off the surface, so we'll actually carry a few of these lumps with us, hopefully, and break it out a bit. It's done half a job, so this one, just doing it again. It won't fully be right though until after harvest when we run the solo to it. There, that's made it better. It's just chopped up some of the lumps that were sticking up. Not quite so bad. Still have to be careful there with the combine, but it's definitely levelled it out a bit and chopped up some of it. But there is one or two areas, especially that bigger out the farm, we'll need to just spray with Roundup because there's no crop there. So I'm just going to put this transport chain on the back. Yeah, there used to be a ratchet strap across there, but just a lot more time consuming, so I made this little bracket up here. Put that clip in. Put that clip in there. And that's it, job done. Safe then, the wings won't drop when you're going down the road. Just going to put it under this open fronted shed. Even though it's not going to rain, it's always good to put machinery under, protects the paintwork with the sunlight and things. Beauty of this shed as well, having 8 metre openings at the front. We've got 4 metre bays at the back, you can see, but at the top here we've got one of the posts taken out. You can't quite see through the window up there, so there's no post drops down the middle there, and we've got a beam goes along the top of the shed, and we've got 8 metre openings, so you can actually park 2 lines of machines in each side. So 3 8 metre openings, and then 1 4 metre at the end that's lockable with a roller door. So really versatile shed. And the back of the shed is where the prevailing weather comes from, which is southwest, so it very rarely rains in the front. Just been emptying all the rubbish out, getting the boxes emptied. This is one of my cousins who've come with their box tippler rotator, and they've lent the boxes for the rally. That is all the rubbish from the Lincolnshire and Farmers Rally for one day of pure heaven and fun. Fantastic. We need the rolls out to roll the beans, the Haricot beans in. We've got some more going to be planted the rest of this week, or the rest of them are going to be planted this week. So we've got the Claydon straw rake we've got to move, the solo, the Elita, which was based on a solo. We've got, what else we've got here? 5.5 metre Express, 5.5 metre Unipress, 3.8 metre 7-leg flatliner subsoiler, and these are the rolls that we want, the Dalbo rolls. Of course, they're right at the back. But we put all this machinery in here ready for the rally, so we're just going to move it back out now into the open shed that you've just seen. Now, 6 metre rolls, I bought those at a farm sale about 3 years ago, 4 years ago maybe. Just perfect for doing small areas and our conservation plots and things. That's it, got that on. I'm just going to wash that, just make it look a bit better, because we might be selling it, or trading it in, should I say. I've only had it 2 years and used it 1 year, and that's it. been kept all under cover since whenever we've not used it, so it really is in good condition. 7.5 metres wide. Just moving one or two of the JCB attachments that's been left here. The telehandler that was here, Sharman's, want us to try it, so we'll give it a go. And so it's gone off to do another demo somewhere, so we're just clearing this back out so we can put our machines in here and the other shed that you've just seen. This is the fertilizer, so it's 17% phosphate, 19% potash, 2.5 magnesium, 19% sulfur and 7% calcium. So we'll see whether it does any good. This is what we use. It's an old hedge knife. When we used to use a lot of bag fertilizer, it's just great because it means you don't have to get under the bag. You can do it at arm's length, so if the bag splits and drops, you're not underneath it. You see, it's a bit of a mixture of everything. Calibrate it now, which means switching off 3 rollers because it's divided into 4 and leaving just this one on and just putting it in here. And we just need to prime the rollers though first before we start to calibrate. So here's the sort of one of the controls for the spreader. It's divided into 4 sections, and there's your on off of the whole thing, and then this is the individual section. So it's 20 metres wide, so each section's 5 metres. Seen on social media about hauliers turning up with a few minutes notice or no notice at all. Well, we've now experienced it because this company here, Laws, sent 4 yesterday without prior notification, just turned up on the weighbridge, and 2 have turned up today, of which this is one. So the one on the weighbridge now won't get loaded for an hour and a half. We can't do it, we've got other work to do. And I've just spoken to them in the office. It's not acceptable in today's age when they can't ring forward and ring ahead to book the lorry to say that there's a lorry on the way and he's coming. Just gone into the calibrate screen in here. So I've got 3 sections off, 1 on, and you can see it's counting up 18, that's the seconds that the rollers are running. We'll just quickly go down here. Hello, Nala. And you can see there fertilizer is coming out. There's one of the rollers. You can see it churning it out. Really accurate, this spreader, because of that. And you can see that roller stationary, it's not moving. So we just need to level this out. And the more you calibrate to a degree, the more weight you get in, the more accurate the calibration is going to be. You can see it there trickling down. You can see there gradually going down. And that side's not running. What there is on the floor here left a bit of cover crops in it from last autumn. So obviously just emptied those out. There's a bit of vetch for celia and millet and various things. So I've emptied that out. So I'll stop that in a minute and weigh that. And of course, because it's phosphate and potash, it's really heavy. Weighs a lot, this does. So that will be enough, I think. So I'll switch that off. So that now, kilograms released at the top. You see it's asking us how many kilograms that we release and weigh it. And I cannot believe, while I've been doing this, there's another Laws lorry just turned up on the weighbridge, again unannounced. All these 3 lorries here have not rung through to say they're coming. To cap it all, this driver's said keep going on the front, so Tom spilled it over the back, and the driver said keep going, and now he's overloaded. So we've got to tip some off. The weigher teared off at 0 with an empty bucket on it, so we're going to empty this in now and then see how much we've collected. Just collected 17.1 kilograms, so you can see at the top there, so I have to put in 171 0, and that's to get the decimal place in the right place. This there's 17.1. Click OK. Data save. Yes. That's all ready now to go into the field. So we've tipped some off in the shed and it's still not enough. We need to get some out the hatch. All this messing about that we could do without. Now I've got to the field, the boots are like this, folded up back in a normal position from being folded behind the hopper for calibrating. And all we do is just work the spool valve in the cab and they just unfold like that. A few guy wires. That one does the same, they're both folded exactly the same time. Got some wire tensions there. got to bounce that one sometimes, but that's it, all ready for spreading. This spreader is a 20-metre pneumatic, which means it takes the fertilizer down the boom by air, and we also spread grass seed with it, also cover crops as well, and compound fertilizers and trials stuff like we're doing now. So that it works really well. It's a few years old, they don't make them anymore, Kuhn don't make them anymore, but I think you can get bigger trailed versions, so we look after it, and it's a really good spreader. I'm just actually struggling as well at the minute because I've noticed we haven't got any GPS here as such, and this is on the fast track that's got this device that clamps to the steering wheel. And I've noticed, because we did have our system opened up to GLONASS, which is the Russian satellite system, to give us more satellites, and I just wonder, since all the problems with Ukraine, whether that's all been shut down, which I think it probably has, and I can't find the ordinary, the other satellites that's linked to the Trimble, so not quite sure what's going on. But the outlets are turned up at the minute, spreading the fertiliser up in the air, which I normally do unless it's really windy. So that is the unit that's that grips the steering wheel and normally works the GPS, because we haven't got an inbuilt loom on this tractor, so we have to do this. But as I say, it's not working at the minute. I think because of the Russian system, the satellites we're not using them, they've all been switched off outside Russia, I think. Finished that job, and I just might have found the reason why I'd no GPS signal. There is something called an aerial that needs attaching to the roof, and I forgot that it's on a magnet on this one, and sometimes if you're going under low trees or you're going at speed, it does come off in a windy condition, so I think it might have helped if I had this on. But whether with GLONASS it still isn't working, whether it's been switched off, I'm still not sure about that one. Maybe you can let me know in the comments. Now finished putting the fertiliser on, and Tom's now rolling. We're doing it steady. They were planted a few days ago, as you saw from the other video. Going nice and steady. I always see so many people with rolls going too fast in my view. It doesn't give them a chance to work. You can see there how they've consolidated it well. This is a trial to see if the varieties turn all right into baked beans. It's the only field scale trial in the country. I think there were some other beans tried a few years ago to see if they'd make baked beans, so this is a new type of bean for this country anyway. So I'm just washing the spreader off, and then we get it put away so that if we use it in the autumn it'll be all clean. And I've got just taking the bottoms out, the hopper, the regulators, or the feed that this goes in, and this is where it's difficult to show on here, but this is where the fertiliser comes out here. There's the rollers, it fits underneath here. You saw from the video a few minutes ago, there's the rollers that feed it. This is where it goes, so it's clear right up into the bottom of the hopper underneath there. So it should be clean. Get it this weather, it will dry quickly. Get it put away. We've got the trial drill back in the yard this morning to do another one of those Herricote bean plots. Then we've got a precision drill, that Amazon precision drill that came in the yard here by mistake a few weeks ago. It's coming back on Friday to do some. You've just seen the plot drill come to the farm at home, but I won't be seeing that because I've come with Birchwood School. They're doing something at the Wisby Education Centre here. This is a wildlife park you can see on the edge of Lincoln, and they've asked me if I'd come and just support the children, so that's what I'm doing. I've just come outside with the children, got a lovely backdrop here, and there's a competition going on, and they're doing rather well, so I'll let the children tell us what they're doing and why they're here. Right, we're going to have Olivia to tell us what we're doing here.
We're doing a presentation, and there's an award called the Young Lincolnshire Environmentalist of the Year.
Brilliant. So who else can tell me how many schools started and it could kick off with?
There were 100 schools and we're the top 6.
You're into the final 6. So what you're doing now, how long have you been practicing it?
I think a couple of months.
Couple of months. Yeah. And have you all got to say something? Yeah. Let's start off. What, your name?
Lacia.
That's all right. What are you going to say? What's your little bit you've got to say?
Tell them what flora and fauna meant.
Right. Fantastic. What's yours about?
Mine's about like what the pictures mean on like our board, so I have to like.
Fantastic.
I talk about the endangered wildlife.
And right, brilliant. Now that's great. That is, yeah.
I talk about the names on the board.
Yeah.
I talk about joining all of our younger schools together to help us.
Fantastic.
I talk about the animals we spotted and the trees we can identify and other ideas.
Yeah.
I talk about how we've collected the leaves and the twigs in our nature area.
Great.
I talk about all the did you knows.
All the.
Did you knows?
Oh, did you knows, right?
I talk about our weekend and the weekends.
Yeah.
I talk about how many zones there are within our nature
Yeah.
area. I talk about that we have designed 2 areas specifically for birds.
Fantastic. So where we are here, have you been here a few times before at Wisby? Yeah. Yeah. And behind us, we've just seen some little young baby somethings. What were they? Canada geese. Fantastic. Brilliant. Right, well, we'll go inside in a minute and hear your presentation, and good luck. Now we've got some photographs inside, so I've got Olivia here, so just show us the photographs we took at the farm. Which ones are they?
So this one.
Oh yeah, there's we're talking to you about crops. And we've got, yeah, in front of the trailer. Where's Nala? Have you got Nala? Oh, there's Nala. Yeah, brilliant. Yeah. And this is your wildlife area at school, is it? All this is, yeah.
All of this is.
Yeah.
Every single bit. These are all the school trips.
Yeah.
These are weekends.
Brilliant. And what about here? They're the same. They're all in your wildlife area.
These are our break time and lunch time. Yeah.
All right.
Spend time in our nature area. Birds hideout. Lower down where we have bird houses that we fill with food to encourage them to stay sheltered and fed.
Learning to identify different birds, trees and mini beasts. Also, our farming mentor Andrew is here supporting us today.
In our nature area, animals we have spotted include blackbirds, robins, butterflies, worms and spiders.
Now, with Birchwood too, the enthusiasm and so many young people coming along to talk to us, I thought they gave a fabulous presentation, and we were very impressed by the space they had and what they were planning to do with it. We love the idea of the wildlife cameras. There was a lot of emphasis on what they'd learned from the project, so that was really encouraging for us because we could see that they would continue to grow, to develop and to learn from their own project. They got involved with the community, they've been involved with the farmer, they've been involved with lots of people who had contributed things to their project. So community involvement, I thought, was very impressive as far as Birchwood was concerned.
So Birchwood didn't win, but they've done exceptionally well.
Well, at Birchwood.
So that's it for Midweek Wardy's Waffle. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. 2 things stand out. You can see I've had quite a busy week this last, or I've had busy 3 days actually. And 2 things stand out for me is the Young Farmers County Rally this last Saturday. Some of you watched the videos. You'll agree that it's just been a fantastic day. And also thank you very much to the Young Farmers for clearing up afterwards. Absolutely impeccable. I can't fault everything you've done. I loved every minute, and I'd highly recommend anybody who wants to have the rally at their farm, please do go ahead with it or get in touch with me. And the other one was Birchwood Junior School. I loved every minute today going in to see what they've done in this competition, and I'm going back into them on this Friday. So thanks for watching again, and we'll see you on Sunday.